Even though this year's Survivor Series won't see any important titles change hands, it will instead decide which brand is better, SmackDown or Raw, as champions will square off against champions, and we get back to basics with some good old traditional elimination style matches. But who will survive, and which brand will ultimately be considered number one? Well, these are our predictions for the 32nd annual Survivor Series. Number 1. Team SmackDown will win the Tag Team Survivor Series elimination match. Of all the matches on this card, this is the least one we're looking forward to, as the kickoff tag team elimination match is by far at the top of our snooze list. Now, don't get us wrong, it's still awesome to see a 20-man tag team match, as they don't happen very often, but this just seems like lazy booking and a clusterfuck of almost every tag team who isn't champion that WWE could round up on the roster just for the sake of having them do something on the pay-per-view. Anyway, with that being said, the Raw team just looks sad in comparison to SmackDown's. Team captains Bobby Roode and Chad Gable haven't really done anything noteworthy in the division apart from a few wins. The B team is literally there for comedic relief, the Revival's main roster run has been a complete flop akin to the Ascension, and the Lucha House Party aren't even a Raw tag team. Looking at that, it's clear that SmackDown has the better tag team division and will win. Number 2. Mustafa Ali defeats Buddy Murphy for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. This being the only title match on the card, we could at least see this title change hands. If anybody has been watching these two in the ring, you'll be no doubt aware of their awesome matches on 205 Live, especially their no disqualification match earlier this year. Hometown favourite Buddy Murphy would win the Cruiserweight Championship at the Super Showdown event in an awesome match against Cedric Alexander. But even though it was well deserved, some may say that Murphy's win was only to get a hometown reaction. And it's possible that WWE only wanted him to win that event and may look at Ali to be the next champion. It's possible, but in doing so, WWE could make history by making Mustafa Ali the first ever Pakistani wrestler to hold a WWE Championship. Number 3. Ronda Rousey defeats Charlotte Flair via DQ. Thanks to Nia Jax's stiff punch to the face, Becky Lynch was forced to pull out of the match due to suffering what WWE calls a broken face, no lie, and believed to have suffered a concussion after the invasion on Raw. This meant that Lynch had to choose a replacement, where she chose Charlotte Flair, somebody she's been in a heated feud with only just a few weeks ago. WWE have surprisingly booked this match a little early than expected, as we thought they would save this match for WrestleMania 35. But some might say it's a win-win, as the original plans for Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey may be now saved for WrestleMania 35. WWE has done everything to make Ronda look like a dominant force in the ring, and even though Flair is a veteran in the ring compared to Rousey, she might still come out with a loss. But we don't think it's going to be a clean loss. Something is bound to happen to keep Rousey's win streak intact, while keeping Flair strong going into the Royal Rumble, so expect a screwy finish here. Number 4. Team SmackDown will win the Women's Survivor Series elimination match. Since Charlotte Flair has replaced Becky Lynch, there is still a spot free on the SmackDown women's team. We suspect it will be Mandy Rose, as her tag partner Sonya Deville is already in the match. However, with only just days away from the pay-per-view, no announcement has been made by WWE. Or they have when this video is uploaded, who knows. But mystery opponent aside, Alexa Bliss certainly took her sweet time in picking the Raw team, but we have to hand it to her, it's a decent team. You have legend Mickie James, two powerhouses Nia Jax and Tamina, former women's champion Natalya, and tough nut Ruby Riott. However, this team is too random. It's a mismatch of heels and faces that might not work well together. The SmackDown team has more faces than heels and may work better together. This could still go either way depending on who's going to be Flair's replacement, but our money is on Team SmackDown. Number 5. The Bar will defeat AOP. This will be by far AOP's toughest competition since joining the main roster. Not only will they have to contest against the Celtic Warrior and the Swiss Superman, but they'll now have to watch out for the Bar's new ally, the giant Big Show, from interfering. Yes, AOP have the sneaky Drake Maverick, but we'd rather have a 7-foot giant on our side. We see the Bar coming out of this one as the winners with the help of the Big Show. Number 6. Shinsuke Nakamura will defeat Seth Rollins. These two superstars are some of the best in-ring performers the WWE has to offer, and in a somewhat rare opportunity, this will be the first time they'll meet in the ring. It'll be the best match on the card, but sadly it won't see a fair finish. Some have wondered that even though Dean Ambrose is one of Raw's top superstars, he's surprisingly not scheduled to wrestle at the pay-per-view. Both Dean and Seth were longtime friends and won the Raw Tag Team Championship titles before Ambrose would turn his back on him, attacking Seth. Seth would look for answers and Dean would finally give one by burning his tactical vest, signifying he is done with the Shield. Ambrose will appear and cost Rollins the match, so no dick kicks necessary for Shinsuke on this occasion. Number 7. Team Raw will win the Men's Survivor Series elimination match. This match could potentially make a number of dream encounters come true, with the potential of Rey Mysterio going up against Finn Balor, Braun Strowman against Samoa Joe, or even Shane McMahon against Bobby Lashley. Actually, strike that last one out, nobody cares. However, the Raw team will need to communicate together, and Braun Strowman has been forced to play nice with his teammates as they band together for the sake of proving Raw is the better brand. But how long can Strowman keep his cool against former teammates McIntyre and Ziggler? Even though SmackDown have Samoa Joe on their side, they are at a slight disadvantage with power. That's why we predict Team Raw will come out on top. And number 8, Brock Lesnar will defeat Daniel Bryan. On this week's edition of SmackDown Live, Daniel Bryan shockingly won the WWE Championship from AJ Styles, who had the belt around his waist for 371 days and turned heel, giving Styles a post-match beatdown. This would quickly change the Survivor Series main event. Now, the majority of wrestling fans are thinking Bryan will be squashed in record timing akin to Braun Strowman at the Crown Jewel. However, we don't think so. Bryan proved in his match with Styles that he will do anything to win, even go so low as to cheat to get the upper hand, something taken out of the Eddie Guerrero playbook. Now, it doesn't mean that he'll win, but it won't be a squash match. Like last year's match between Styles and Lesnar, the match will go all the way, but Lesnar will ultimately come out stronger. What do you guys think? Let us know your predictions in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.